Hey everybody, I got an amazing question today from one of my buyers, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take a moment, make you guys a video and explain this because I know he's not the only one with this question. So what is escrow? He said, you guys are using this term, all the time. I don't fully understand what it means, and that's fair because it's actually used in a couple of different ways. So first way, when a seller and a buyer come to an agreement, that contract, which is then bound or ratified, depending on what state you're in, is then forwarded to a title company for the title process. Okay, so we're considered in escrow at that point. Okay, so that's the first way that you hear the word. We're in escrow. Okay, so the title company is going to complete a title search. They're going to create a new deed, and eventually we close escrow on your new home or on the house you're trying to get rid of, whichever side of the transaction you're on. Okay, so that was my buyer's mindset. He thought that was what escrow meant, and it is. It really is, I promise you. Then the lender threw him a curveball today, and that's when he started to panic, and he was like, I knew everything was a scam. I promise you it's not. Buying a house is actually a lot simpler than probably what you're making it out to be. Okay, so during this time period, the escrow process, which can be a hard and fast date, like we can set on the contract, February 17th. I don't know if that's a weekend. I'm using it as a, for example. Or we can say, 30 days from acceptance of this offer, or 60 days from the acceptance of this offer. So that's your escrow. That's your time in escrow. Okay, but during that time, the lender is going to do a lot of different things, which I could definitely make another video on at a later time if you have more questions. But during that process, the lender is going to collect what's called impounds or prepaids, okay? And this is where he got thrown off. The lender told him, we're going to create the escrow accounts. And he was like, I'm already in escrow. What are you talking about? So the word escrow essentially just means, it's a process where something is held in a neutral place where neither party can get to it freely, okay? So in this instance, what's happening is the lender is collecting prepaids or impounds, whatever you want to call it. And they're going to be held in an escrow account by the loan servicer. So the loan originator, your mortgage lender, is not always your loan servicer. Your servicer is who you make the payment to, the people who are going to collect and keep these funds, so that when your property tax bill and your insurance for the next coming year come up, there's already money in there to pay for it. You don't have to worry about it. So when you look at your loan estimate, there's going to be line items for this. And they collect 4 to 6 months in advance, just so that there's enough in there. There's a cushion, plenty in there to pay for the bill when it comes. And if there's any rolled over, you get that, or you can roll it over to the next year, but it doesn't just go away. So you don't have to worry about that either. Did I answer your question? So when you're looking at the breakdown on your loan estimate, you're going to see principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So those two amounts, those last two amounts, the taxes and the insurance, they are collected monthly by the loan servicer, and they get added into those escrow accounts that is held by the loan servicer that will then be used to pay your property tax bill and your insurance. So I know that the word escrow is used a whole ton of times in this process, but that's a simple breakdown of what it means in each situation. Feel free to ask me any questions, put them in the comment section, and I will get to them as soon as I can. Okay, y'all be blessed.